The Tempest, the last part of Act 2, Scene 2. In this part, conversation among Caliban, Trinculo, and Stefano continues. Let us listen to the audio.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack, which the sailors heaved o'erboard, by this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seaside, where my wine is hid. How now, moon calf, how does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out o' the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man i' the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I have feared of him, a very weak monster, the man in the moon. A most poor credulous monster, well-drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch at th' island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee be my god.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When's God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find it in my heart to beat him.
Come, kiss.
But that the poor monster's in drink, an abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee, and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster, to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig-nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king, and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Fellow Trinculo, we'll fill him by and by again.
Caliban sings drunkenly.
Farewell, master. Farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetching, firing at requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, Caliban has a new master. Get a new man. Freedom! Heyday, heyday, freedom! Freedom, heyday, freedom!
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Let us take the text in detail. Stefano here wants to know how Trinculo escaped the shipwreck, and therefore these questions. How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard, by this bottle which I made of the bark of a tree, that mine own hands, since I was cast ashore. So Stefano is asking Trinculo, how did you escape the shipwreck? Tell me, and swear by this bottle. I, for myself, Trinculo talks about himself, then I escaped on a butt of sack. Butt is barrel. Okay, barrel of sack is wine. Okay, barrel of wine which the sailors threw overboard, threw out of the ship. By this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands since I was cast ashore. And this is the bottle, I made it with my own hands out of the bark of a tree after I came ashore. And Caliban is drunk and he's very happy and he's listening to the conversation and he says, I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly. So Caliban says, although you claim to have come from that shipwreck and bottle that is made by your own hands, this liquor definitely is not earthly. It is heavenly liquor. And therefore, I want to swear that I am your true subject. Here, swear then, how thou escapedst. So Stephano still asking Trinculo, tell me really, how did you escape the ship? Swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn. He says, I swam ashore. Okay, like a duck. Here, kiss the book. Bottle has become book now. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose. He says, here, kiss the Bible. Bible and bottle, and they are all book, they are all getting mixed up now. Here, kiss the Bible and swear. Okay, so bottle has become Bible. You may swim like a duck, but you look more like a goose. That means fat and bloated. Okay. Oh, Stefano, hast any more of this? Trinculo is very happy with the wine. He says, do you have more of this wine? And Stefano said, the whole butt, man, the whole butt is the whole barrel, man. Butt is barrel, the whole barrel, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, mooncalf, how does thine ague? He says, look, this is what he says. There I have a whole barrel of this wine, and it is hidden on the shore. On the shore, I have hidden it. Nobody knows where it is. Okay, only I know it. And then he turns towards Caliban. He says, mooncalf monster, how are you? How do you feel? How is your fever? And Caliban answers, he says, hast thou not dropped from heaven? He says, have you not? Didn't you come from heaven? Have you not come from heaven? He says. And Stefano plays to his belief or illusion. And he says, out of the moon I do assure thee, I was the man in the moon when time was. He says, Stefano just fools him, says, yeah, I came from the moon actually. Yes, I came from the moon. Because you see, moon's surface, when moon's surface is seen, a lot of cultures have their own images. Some people believe it's a map of Africa, and here in this society they believe there's a man who's carrying a bush followed by his dog. So that's the reference here. I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush. So he says, yeah, I have seen you in her. Yes, you are the man. Yes, you are the man with the bush followed by the dog. I have seen, my mistress told me once, and about your dog, and about the bush. Now Stefano still wants to know how Trinculo escaped the ship, and he says, come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear. He says, tell me, swear by this bottle or the book. Okay, how you escaped the ship, and I will soon furnish or refill it. By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I feared of him, a very weak monster. The man in the moon, a most poor credulous monster, well-drawn monster in a good suit. So he says, in this light when I see him, under his gabardine I could not make out, but I thought he was a terrible monster. But when I look at him in the good light, He's a most shallow monster, and I was afraid of him. He's a weak monster. The man in the moon, he says, so trusting. And he sees Caliban drinking from the bottle and says, well drawn, monster, in a good sooth. That means, oh, that was a good, nice, big gulp, monster, he says. And Caliban replies to Stephano, who has given him the drink. He says, I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God. He says, I'll show you every inch of the island, which is fertile, and I'll kiss your feet. I'll beg you, please be my God. By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster, when God sleep, he'll rob his bottle. He says, what a lying, drunken monster. When his God falls asleep, the monster will definitely snatch his bottle. I'll kiss thy foot, I'll swear myself thy subject. He says, I'll kiss thy feet, and I will vow to be your true faithful subject. Come on then, down and swear. Stephano, I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. Now, Trinculo finds Caliban very silly, and he says, I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find my heart to beat him. I'm going to laugh myself to death over this silly monster, a rotten, foolish monster. I could find it in my heart to beat him. Stephano says, come kiss my feet and declare yourself true subject. And Trinculo says to Stephano, he says, but that the poor monster's in drink, an abominable monster. He says, that guy is drunk, that stupid monster. But Caliban says, I'll show thee the best springs, I'll pluck thee berries, I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. So all that he promises, but suddenly he remembers his real master Prospero, and he says, a plague upon the tyrant that I serve. He says, may that tyrant, oppressive ruler, Prospero in other words, be full of plague, disease. I'll bear him no more sticks, I'll bring him no more wood, but follow you. I will follow you, Stephano, you wondrous man. A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard. Trinculo finds it very funny, and he says, this idiot Caliban is making too much of this drunken Stephano. I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my own fingernails will dig thee pignuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare a nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young camels from the rock. Will thou go with me? So to Stephano, Caliban promises more things. He says, I beg you, let me show where you can find crabs to eat. I'll use my long fingers to dig edible roots for you, find you bird's nest, and teach you how to catch a nimble monkey. I'll take you to clusters of hazelnuts, and sometimes I'll catch birds for you on the rocks. Will you come with me? I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Follow Trinculo, we'll fill him by and by again. So Stephano is acting like a king now, and he orders the others. He says, show us the way without further delay, to Caliban. And to Trinculo, since the king and all our comrades are drowned, we are the heirs to this place. Here, carry my wine bottle. Trinculo, my buddy, will get that bottle refilled very soon. And Caliban is intoxicated and he sings drunkenly. Farewell, master, farewell, farewell. He's talking about Prospero, of course. I'm bidding you farewell, he says. I've found someone else now. A howling monster, a drunken monster. Of course, Trinculo doesn't like Caliban. He talks about a howling monster, loud-mouthed, drunken monster, he says to him. And Caliban continues his song. He says, no more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch in firing at requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, kakale ban. Has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, heyday, heyday, freedom, freedom, heyday, freedom. So what does this mean? It means, I won't build you any more dams to catch fish. This is all pointed to Prospero, of course. I won't build you any more dams to catch fish or fetch you firewood when you order me to do, or clean the plates and wash dishes. You know, trencher is wooden platters, okay? Ban, ban, Caliban has a new master. So get a new servant, he says. Get a new servant. I have a new master, so you get a new servant. Okay, probably think about Ariel. Freedom, what a wonderful day. Wonderful day, freedom, freedom, wonderful day, freedom. And Stefano says, brave monster, lead the way. He says, good monster, lead the way. And they exit from the scene. And this is the end of this scene. Short summary. This is a comical scene where Trinculo and Stefano reveal how they escaped death in the shipwreck. Caliban begins to worship Stefano because of the liquor he offered him. Thank you.